Well, today I'm feeling huge anxiety. Um, the urge to run away. If I was a kid, I'd be bouncing off the walls. My knee is shaking like crazy. I've had two baths trying to calm down. And it's like, oh shit, I gotta plug my computer in. I'm low in power. Okay, there we go. Little break. When you're reflecting on yourself, and it's like, okay, first of all, feels like shit. So the deal is gotta really love it. So okay, I'm feeling really anxious, but the deal is that I gotta be really calm and loving and okay, why are you here? Why are you so anxious today? And then I'm looking at kind of the thoughts that are running through my head these days, and it is one conversation led into another conversation that sort of was like, oh, maybe this is what I should say. And so inside me, because my whole life experience has been nobody wants to listen, and the parents want to beat the crap out of you for no reason at all. They don't listen to the word stop. When the ex is, the husband at the time isn't listening to how a family functions healthy and is abusive, they don't tend to hear the word stop. When I go into counseling and they don't even show up to the appointments, um, I then my issue is I'm not heard because you don't even show up at the meeting, and that's a fascinating experience of itself that I can't get a counselor to even show up at a meeting if I go through the trouble of even making appointments. So um, learning what this is really cool, but you have to be in this peaceful, loving state. So I'm still really shaky, but I know what it is. And it is that I have something really important to say, and I don't trust myself to be able to communicate effectively so that other people would hear. And it's usually I can probably feel that is when I'm really anxious, something's really important inside me. So that with people that have ADHD, that's what's going on with you, is you've got something to say that people aren't listening to you, or you're not trusting yourself in that moment for what you need to do. So I don't trust myself, which is why I started YouTube, to start trusting myself and saying things that I want to say. Now, I was on the Dragon's Den with this Bottled Intentions. I've been talking about it for some time. A lot of people aren't getting it. So I've taken ownership that, okay, I haven't explained it effectively enough. And then one of my subscribers seen a video on messages in water, Dr. Emoto's video. So probably this video is going to be too long, so I'm just going to put the links to some really cool videos that nothing I say will make any sense to you until you expand your knowledge a little bit. But there is that Dr. Emoto's work introduces an awful lot of what you're doing to water, or what water is. It's not complete information. I'll give you more information about water if you want, but every single thing in matter, every particle, the smallest little thing on this planet is held in a container of water in one shape or another. It's in the air, you're breathing it, you're mostly water. We're a water planet. We're seeing ourselves. First it was the world was flat, then it was round. Now we're in a transition of seeing the world completely different. You take your cell phone and wonder, how is it that you can hear a conversation on the other end of the world with no wires? Okay, there's an energy wave in there, and that wave, that thing that makes sound, communication is matter still. No matter if you go into the quantum smallest things, something is able to move without a wire. And if you can do it with text, you can do it with anything. And you don't even need a wire. The phone is set up to tap into those wires that you can't see, but the brain and the body can do the same thing if we sort of rewire our brains and perceive our world from a totally different perspective. That's why they say that we're only using a very small percentage of our brains. Well, those are the missing pieces. Those are what you're going to be able to do, is tap into that. Part of the process is you got to heal yourself first. You got to sort of see how you were perceiving things. And in this video link that I put down, it will show you that the water, with the intention on the container that the water is in, the crystals of the water actually change. So anything positive looks really, really, beautiful crystals. Anything negative, the crystals are dark and they're deformed. Now, that is like, you're probably going to get a lot of people say, well, that ain't true. And it's, what you got to see is you are the container that water is in. So whether you have a bottle or not, like I can, but it's, check out Roger Penrose and double slit experiment. Observing something changes it. So you will see what it is you want to see only. So if you want to see that water won't do anything, there's more than enough evidence to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that your thoughts will control the information that's inside every water container. So the thoughts outside of yourself, like text on a piece of paper, it's not inside your thought in your head, it's actually within the particles, and you put that label on a bottle. It's not the label that changes the water, it's the observer that's looking at the water. If you believe it's doing something to the water, it will change it. But if you don't believe, then you won't see it do anything. You're going to see a reflection of what's inside you. So even if you look at this film and you see all these beautiful crystals, those are only Dr. Emoto's perceptions of the water he's thinking that's changing. If somebody took water from the same areas with the same thing and looked at it, and they were looking to disprove it, then they wouldn't see any changes. Okay, so it's true, if I went to see a monk and looked at that, I would see that a monk ain't going to be showing too positive a crystal, because monks are generally pretty negative people, but you don't really see it. But if you understand this, you will see how negative monks really, really are. It takes a hell of a lot of negative energy to be able to devote your life to meditate and try to overcome that level of anger. It is in your perception that the world is horrible. So you will see everything in your world that's horrible. So you'll make a rule, oh, if I just sit here and think on this enough, it'll change. But even your meditation, you're meditating on your own thoughts, and you're forming the same type of experiment, which is why I say meditation is so friggin' dangerous. Because if you go too far into yourself and through the eyes of yourself, and you're negative, you're going to see things and predict things and get in intuitive knowings that are all going to be based from that negative thing from within inside you. So, what does this all mean? Everybody on the planet right now, it doesn't matter whether you're the victim or the criminal of, both sides are lacking love. When you want to see the crystal, like, go and look at Mandelbrot set as well. you'll see that there's a whole pattern that keeps getting repeated. No matter how far you change, you cannot get out of it unless you find that root cause, the main game that's going on. And we're all dealing with a lack of love for self. And with that lack of love for self, that is what you're putting out into your world, and it's reflected back on you. So you're basically getting what you ask for. And it is instant. This is, this law of attraction. It's like, okay, the law of attraction is true 100% 24/7. You can't escape it. So people tell you who they are based on what their experiences are. If they're bitching during the day, inside them that they ain't happy people, that something's going on with them. Whatever challenges they're facing, they're trying to attract that. So why is the soul now attracting negative experiences as we see a globe? You know, and it's because we all have different opinions, and we're all looking for love, and while you're lacking love, there's no way in hell you can give anybody love. It might feel loving helping other people, but it's all fake. You're just fooling yourself, because at the end of the day, you're doing more harm. It is why you put food banks in. You will never get rid of the cause of any problem, because you're too busy being the hero of saving somebody. Instead of loving yourself, you're running away from self and trying to get a fake love of, aren't I a good person because I'm helping you? Oh, let's not tell anybody that I'm the cause of why I need to help you. But and nobody sees that. Nobody's seeing the patterns of, do you know how you're creating it and how you're attracting it, and then you're going to bitch and complain about it. And I know for me, like, you can tell what's inside me. I'm on a welfare system. I'm on a disability. And one would say that that is, okay, there's something really negative going on there. And it's like, okay, what you can tell for sure is I'm not a greedy person. Um, I'll live at the bare minimum. Kind of want to improve my um, living situation, because I don't think you have to live this experience with nothing. I think it is here to be enjoyed, but to be enjoyed for the right reasons. It's like, I would love to wear nice clothes just because I feel good in it. I have fun with it. Not because of what anybody sees me in those clothes. It's how I see myself in those clothes. Um, but as you can tell, I don't give a shit whether I look bad or look good. The goal is to look good, well, not necessarily looking perfect to the world, because it's the world that's judging me. I think I'm in a right place. I think I'm like a genius, because um, I'm getting the environment I need, that calmness that I need to heal myself. I've created a way that I don't have to worry about any bills. How I have zero stress whatsoever in my life. I've created that. Um, I can improve on that the second I start believing in myself. Because when I start believing in myself, then I'll be saying better things. It will reflect out better. Um, you'll just get it because the words that I put together will be much better, because I'm reflecting that out. It's not my words that are creating reality. It's not even that I have to be in the same room as somebody else. It's what I'm doing inside me that makes all the difference in the world, because as soon as it's in me, if I'm directing what comes at me intentionally, then I don't have to worry about a damn thing. It goes out into the world. I can't stop that train, like it or not. And that is the power of this bottled intentions. Is it's not magical water. It's water that helps you train yourself to pay attention to yourself. and you can see how much you're paying attention to yourself. You can, like it shows you your challenges, what you complain about. You need to be aware of, and nobody here, you don't hear yourself complain, but everybody else around you will hear yourself complain, and you don't tend to know what the solutions are. So it is a mix of knowing this hollow dynamics and how to transform problems into solutions as well. But I think it's a brilliant idea. Peace out.